The series begins at a high school where we see a student named Sam fighting with a classmate. Although he's handsome, he's terrible at fighting. The other boy beats him easily, breaking his bones, and the other students are shocked by the bully's strength. They record the fight and post the video in the school group. Because of this, the principal expels Sam without even hearing his side or giving him a chance to defend himself. The next day, Sam goes with his father to apply to a new school, but he learns the tuition is expensive. He feels guilty because his mother comes from a poor family. His father reassures him, saying he's already arranged the money, and asks Sam to focus on studying so he can graduate and go to college. Sam later notices a bank envelope and realizes his father took out a loan to pay for the new school. Sam decides he must live up to that sacrifice, stay out of trouble, and make his father proud. His father leaves and Sam enters his new class. The teacher introduces him to the students, and the girls immediately admire his looks. They keep staring until they realize he's the same boy from the fight video. They assume he's a thug and become scared of him. Hurt by their comments, Sam leaves to sit alone. The teacher asks a girl named Jenny, the class president and top student, to look after him. Jenny is nervous but agrees. At the end of the day, she shows him around the school. In the principal's office, she learns Sam is an excellent student who always ranked first at his old school. The principal asks her to help him join a club so he can maintain his grades. Jenny takes him to the sports club where Sam wants to join, but she tells him only talented students are accepted. Sam gets upset because she thinks he's a failure. He explains he always won first place in competitions and asks her not to judge a book by its cover. Feeling guilty for treating him like the others who bullied him, Jenny follows him to apologize. She asks why he fought that boy in the video. Sam explains the other student was a bully who always picked on weaker kids, and he was defending himself. Jenny realizes she misjudged him. Suddenly, they hear screaming from the storage room. Jenny is confused because no one ever uses that abandoned place. She and Sam investigate and find two bullies have locked a nerdy student in a box as a prank. Jenny helps him out and asks him to report them to the principal, but he refuses out of fear, insisting they were just joking. The bullies laugh and mock him. One of them approaches Sam, calling him a thug and challenging him to a fight to test his strength. Sam gets angry and wants to teach him a lesson, but he remembers his father's words about avoiding trouble. The bully thinks Sam is scared and calls him a coward. He tries to hit Sam, but Sam blocks the strike, pushes him away, and the bully crashes into a locker. A strange-looking dice falls out. Suddenly, it emits a bright light that transports them all to another place. They are stunned. Two other classmates, a boy and a girl who were also in the storage room, appear with them. They were transported too. A strange voice speaks to them, welcoming them and announcing that all 8 of them have entered a game. The students think someone is pranking them and attempt to call their teachers, only to discover they have no phone signal. They try exiting through the room's doors, but every door leads them back to the same place. They realize they're stuck in a maze. Sam notices there are 8 doors, but only 7 of them, meaning someone else must be here too. They look around and find a girl collapsed on the floor. Jenny has never seen her before. They wake her, learn her name is Minsu, and discover she remembers nothing. The game voice announces the first challenge. Each person must choose a door. Everyone is terrified, but Sam bravely volunteers to go first. When a bully tries to follow him, he's blocked by some kind of magic. They realize each person must enter a different door. Inside, Sam finds a box. When he places his hand on it, he learns his role in the game: detective. A photo of a girl appears. She died at the school 20 years ago, and the killer was never caught. The game tells Sam he must find where her body is buried. He receives 3 coins that allow him to communicate with the girl's ghost. He has exactly 1 hour. The doors open, and they find themselves in their school, yet everything looks strange and empty. They see a photo of the missing girl dated from long ago. They try to escape, but can't. They're convinced they're trapped in the game and must solve the mystery or stay forever. The countdown begins. The nerdy student draws a map of the school using his intelligence and concludes the body must be hidden in a classroom. He suggests they split up, and they agree. Sam keeps an eye on Minsu, suspicious because she's supposedly a student, but no one knows her. She enters one classroom, so Sam enters another. There he finds a phone he can use to contact the ghost. He uses a coin to ask if she's present. A red glow appears, meaning the body is not there. He meets the others and learns they all saw the same red glow, except Jenny. She saw a green light. One bully confirms he was with her and also saw the green light. They realize the body must be in Jenny's classroom. She goes in and uses a coin. The game confirms the body is there. They think they've succeeded, until the game suddenly announces their answer is wrong. Jenny is punished. She gets locked inside her classroom and an X appears on the door. Sam realizes someone among them sabotaged the answer. The game must have assigned a traitor. That traitor is the bully. When he touched his box, he saw the symbol of a knife. His role is criminal. He must stop the detectives from finding the body. He used his coins to mislead them. He continues to accuse others to turn them against each other. Sam, suspicious, demands everyone show their remaining coins. Everyone has some left, except the bully. They realize he's the traitor. They ask him where the body is, but he refuses to tell them. If they win, he loses. Sam decides to rely on himself. They all split up again to search. The nerdy student goes first, uses his coins, answers wrong, and gets punished too. The bully is thrilled, thinking he's winning, but Sam doesn't give up. They keep searching until only 2 classrooms remain. Sam and one last student enter them at the same time. Sam uses his coins and solves the mystery just before time runs out. The body is in his classroom. The detectives win the game. The locked students reappear, free at last. They thank Sam for saving them and apologize for treating him badly. Each of them finds a golden medal in their pocket. The game voice congratulates them for completing the test. A beam of light returns them to their school. A security guard sees them and asks what they're doing. The students are overjoyed to be back, notice their phones have signal again, and realize the game is over. They all go home. When Sam arrives, he finds his parents worried because he was late. He reassures them he's fine. In his room, he takes out the strange dice, still shaken by everything that happened. And when he falls asleep, he dreams about the time he spent inside the game and remembers how the students thanked him for helping them. He feels happy because he finally has friends who like him. He wakes up, but he still feels like the whole thing isn't over yet. The next day, he goes to school and finds some students in the classroom watching the video of him fighting. Jenny tries to defend him and tells them he's a good person, a brave person, but no one believes her. Sam feels upset and puts his earphones in so he won't hear their comments. During break time, he goes to the cafeteria, like always, to eat alone. But the nerdy student sees him and invites him to sit with him and eat together. He thanks Sam for helping them win the game. Sam is happy to hear that and tells him that they all helped each other. After they finish, they go together to the school lab, and the nerd invites Sam to join the science team, saying he's smart and will help him with the project. Sam agrees, since that will improve his reputation in front of the students. He also shows him the dice, telling him he found it in his pocket after they left the game and doesn't understand why. Suddenly, the bully walks in, grabs the dice from Sam and throws it on the ground, trying to activate the game again. He thinks a beam of light will appear and take them somewhere else, but nothing happens. He tries again to no use. His friends mock him and walk away. The nerd concludes that it's the game that chooses who participates, and they can't enter it by their own will. Sam leaves and returns to the classroom to take his bag and go home, but Jenny calls him and stops him. She wants to thank him for saving her in the game because without him she would have remained trapped. Sam feels happy and tells her they won because they worked together. He asks her about Minso, but Jenny tells him she doesn't know her and saw her for the first time inside the game. She gets a call and leaves. Sam finds her words strange and feels that Minso is hiding something. He goes to look for her and finds her in the library. He starts talking to her and asks how she can be a student at the school when no one knows anything about her. She tells him she's newly transferred and asks him to stay away from her, then leaves. He follows her and asks if she knows anything about the game. Minso becomes nervous, clearly hiding something, and gets scared when she learns the dice is still around. She warns him to get rid of it as soon as possible. Sam is confused and tells her that the bully has it. They go to find him, but are shocked to see him gather the students in the abandoned storage room, trying to enter the game again. Minso panics and tries to stop him, but he pushes her aside and throws the dice on the floor. This time, a beam of light actually appears and transports them all somewhere else. The nerd is terrified and faints. We then see his memories. How he has always been top of his class because he's smart and loves inventions, even winning first place in a national contest and receiving a big cash prize. But when the bullies found out, they got jealous, beat him, and tried to steal his money. The only one who defended him was Jenny. Since then, he admired her. When he learned she was running in the school elections, he wanted to support her, but he saw her crying alone because she was afraid she would lose since she didn't have many friends. He felt sorry for her and wanted to return the favor. He hacked the voting system and changed the results so she would win. Jenny was shocked but thrilled, dancing with joy. The nerd was happy to help and decided to wait for the right moment to confess his feelings to her. He wakes up from his memories only to find he's back inside the game. He notices Jenny is nervous and scared this time. He approaches her to comfort her and promises to protect her no matter what. Then the students gather in front of the dice, but no one knows how to activate the game. Sam remembers the gold medal he won, places it on the dice, and it lights up. Everyone is shocked and impressed by his cleverness. They all do the same and place their medals, activating the game. They hear the game's voice welcoming them, telling them whoever can collect 4 medals will have any wish granted. But this challenge will be harder than the previous one. A door opens, and they are told to enter. They are frightened, but they decide to join the challenge so they can leave the game. When they enter, they find a huge screen explaining the rules, a puzzle using geometric pieces, and each person must arrange a complete row with no gaps. Whoever succeeds will win and leave the game, but whoever fails will lose and be punished. The students become terrified because the game depends on intelligence, and now they must compete. But Jenny encourages them to cooperate so they can all win and escape. The bullies refuse, afraid she might betray them, but the nerd agrees because he trusts her. They decide to exchange pieces so they can all succeed. The game begins, and Sam goes first. He goes into a room and buys pieces with his coins, and the others do the same. They put their pieces in the box and try to form a complete row with no gaps. They spend a long time doing this. Sam notices that Minso memorized the rules perfectly and suspects she's definitely hiding something. Maybe she has played these games before. He asks her if she has played before, but she denies it and refuses to answer. The second round begins. They try to follow Jenny's plan, but suddenly the bully betrays them and steals their pieces because he's selfish and wants to win alone. One student gets angry and fights him. Jenny tries to calm them but fails and ends up crying because her plan collapsed. The nerd feels bad and comforts her, telling her it's not her fault and that he trusts her and will always listen to her. Jenny smiles and thanks him, but the bullies overhear this and call him to talk privately. They threaten him, saying he must help them win or they will expose him. The nerd panics and remembers the day of the elections when the bullies caught him hacking the system. They kidnapped him, forced him to confess, filmed him, and started blackmailing him. They beat him, took money from him, and he tolerated everything so Jenny wouldn't find out. Back to the present, the bullies tell him to give them his pieces or they will publish the video. The nerd is desperate and has no choice, so he gives them all his pieces. Jenny notices he's acting strange and goes to talk to him, asking why he is helping the bullies and whether they are threatening him. He panics and tries to hide the truth, but the bully interrupts and reveals everything. He tells Jenny that the nerd rigged the voting results so she would win. Jenny is shocked. Unable to believe what she heard, she leaves crying. The nerd follows her and tries to apologize, telling her he did it because he loves her and asking for forgiveness. Meanwhile, the final round begins. Everyone places their pieces. The bully is confident he will win, but he is shocked to see Jenny winning instead. She laughs, and we see a flashback explaining her story. Her father is a businessman who cares about his image more than her, so she became jealous and entered the elections hoping he'd be proud of her. She treated the students nicely just to secure their votes, but she felt she would lose. Her father texted her asking about the results, and she was scared to disappoint him. She cried alone until the nerd found her. He said he would do anything for her, and she decided to use his feelings and asked him to help her win no matter what. He agreed and hacked the system so she could win. Back to the present, everyone now knows the truth. Jenny used the nerd to get what she wanted and never really cared, but she doesn't seem to care what anyone thinks. She celebrates her victory and takes 2 medals, making her total 3. But because of that, the nerd loses. He hears the game announcing that he will be punished, and the door opens. When they come out of the game, they're shocked to find themselves back at their school again. They're relieved that everyone is safe. The bully picks up the dice and tells them he'll keep it in case they ever want to enter the game again. But Dahi remembers what the game told him, and he's scared because he still doesn't know what kind of punishment is waiting for him. On his way home, he feels like someone is following him. Fear takes over, and he thinks his life is in danger. He gathers his courage, turns around, and finds Jenny standing there. She tells him she just wanted to check on him. We learn that they agreed he would help her win the game. She wishes the video the bully has would disappear, which shows that she's actually kind-hearted and wasn't using him. Jenny reassures him that she only needs one more medal and she can do it. Dahi thanks her and promises he'll help her win the next challenge so she can get the remaining medals. Jenny becomes worried about him because she doesn't know what his punishment will be and she's anxious to see it. But he tells her he'll be fine. Jenny goes home and finds her father waiting for her. He mocks her because she always comes in second place and tells her to finally be like her brother and come first so he can be proud of her. Jenny is hurt by his words and promises she'll try her best. The next day at school, the shock hits. The bully has posted the video exposing that Dahi rigged the election results to make her win. Everyone knows now. They ask Jenny if she had anything to do with it, but she abandons Dahi and tells them he did it on his own. She tries calling him, but he doesn't answer. She keeps searching until she finds him crying in the lab and discovers that his invention has been destroyed. She asks who did it, but he doesn't know. He believes it's the punishment the game promised. She doesn't believe that and suspects the bully did it. She goes to confront him and ask if he posted the video and broke the invention. He denies it and tells her to admit the truth and give up being class president. Jenny panics but refuses. She's terrified her father will find out and be ashamed of her. She lies and says Dahi did it behind her back. Dahi overhears everything and is shocked she betrayed him. He's heartbroken because he loved her, did everything to help her, and all he got was abandonment. At the same time, the bully grabs Dahi and pulls him aside to fight. Dahi is scared and begs Jenny to help him, but she refuses because she doesn't want anyone to suspect anything between them. Luckily, the principal arrives, sees what's happening, and stops the bullies. He tells Dahi to come to his office so they can find out who broke his invention. Jenny follows him, trying to apologize, but he's too hurt to listen. He leaves her and enters the principal's office. The principal checks the security cameras to see who was at school yesterday, but he finds no one. However, he notices footage of Dahi and the students who were in the game standing near the abandoned storage room. He's confused and realizes one of them must have done it. He decides to gather all of them for questioning. He asks what they were doing in the old storage room. The bully decides to tell him about the game and even shows him the dice, but the principal doesn't believe any of it. He takes the dice from them and locks it in the safe until he understands what's going on. Dahi is devastated that his invention is ruined. He loses control and attacks the bully, demanding to know why he did it. The bully pushes him to the ground and admits he posted the video, but insists he didn't break the invention. Dahi becomes convinced this must be the game's punishment for losing. He regrets ever joining the game. He leaves, crying. Jenny follows him, trying to calm him down, but he doesn't give her a chance. He breaks her heart by saying he never wants to know her again, and that she's the reason everything is happening to him. He walks away and Jenny cries. When she gets home, she finds her father saw the video. He now knows she won the election through cheating. She apologizes and says she'll tell everyone the truth, but he forbids it. He orders her to keep the position and let Dahi take the blame alone. She's torn and doesn't know what to do. When she goes back to school, she finds the students tearing up her pictures and writing insults on them. Everyone calls her a cheater. She can't take it anymore. She decides to fix her mistake. She goes to the principal, resigns, and confesses she asked Dahi to rig the election. Her father calls her afterward and yells at her, telling her she's an embarrassment, then hangs up. Jenny is hurt, but deep down she feels relieved because she finally did the right thing. She stands alone because she has no friends left after everything that happened. Sam sees her and goes to talk to her. He tells her he's proud of her for being brave and telling the truth. He says he understands how she feels because he too was wrongfully blamed. He explains he didn't mean to hit the bully at his old school. The bully attacked him first, and Sam hit him with a chair by accident while defending himself. He tried to tell people the truth, but no one believed him, so he got expelled. When Sam finishes, he asks Jenny to help him gather information about the game. They need to uncover its secrets. Jenny agrees and goes with him to the abandoned storage room. After searching, they find a strange book with drawings of the dice and the doors inside the game. They realize someone played the game before them. They notice the author's name, Shy. They guess she might have been a student at their school. They head to the library to look for her records, but they find nothing. Sam remembers seeing Minso in the library before and becomes sure she's hiding something. He's right. We see Minso holding Shi's file and a picture of her friend while crying. Clearly, she's hiding more. The next day, Sam gathers the students and shows them the book containing information about the game. Jenny tells them she wants to join the game and win the 4th medal to make a wish. She wants to fix Dahi's invention because she feels sorry for him and asks them for help. But everyone refuses because they're afraid to lose and face punishment. They all walk away from her, only Sam stays. He tells her he has a wish too, something he desperately wants. He leaves and goes to the hospital to visit the bully he accidentally hit. The boy is in a coma. Sam feels guilty and wants to win the game so he can wish for him to wake up. The bully's mother sees him and becomes furious. She tells him she'll never forgive him for what he did. Sam tries to explain he didn't mean it, but she doesn't believe a word and kicks him out. That night, the bully goes home and finds a thug waiting for him. The thug demands he repay his debt. We learn he borrowed money to gamble, but he lost it. The thug gives him a 1-week deadline and threatens him. The bully is terrified and promises he'll pay, but he has no idea how. Now he has only one option left: make a wish from the game. The next day, Jenny enters the principal's office to take the dice. Sam sees her and goes to help, but the dice isn't in the safe. A teacher walks in and tells them a student already took it. They're shocked. They go ask the bully, but he says he didn't take anything. The only one left is their last teammate. They find him in a restaurant, and he tells them Minso asked him to do it and that she has the dice now. She wants to enter the game again, and anyone who wants to join should meet her tomorrow in the storage room. They don't want to participate because they're scared of the punishments, but each one of them has a wish. One wants to help his exhausted mother, Dahi wants to fix his invention, and even the bully sees the thug watching him from outside his house. He's terrified and realizes he has no other way to pay the debt. He decides to join the game. Everyone gathers in the storage room. Minso arrives with the dice and is surprised to see them there. She warns them that this time the game is dangerous, but they're determined. They ask her to throw the dice. She does. A beam of light appears and transports them all to another place. The voice of the game welcomes them and asks them to enter through the door to begin the challenge. They enter and find themselves in a hotel-like place with many rooms. In front of them are 8 dice. They learn that each person must roll a die, and the number they get determines which room they enter. Sam goes first. He rolls a 6 and gets a card that lets him enter the room. The rest of the students do the same. Jenny gets the same number as Sam and enters with him. Inside, they find a strange scale. They realize they must balance the weights, and whoever does it first wins. Jenny tries, but fails because all the weights are the same size. Sam tries and notices the weights are arranged by color. Using that, he balances them and wins. He gets 2 coins, while Jenny gets 1 because she failed. When they leave, they meet the others and learn they also played different games in their rooms. Each room had its own challenge. Winners get 2 coins and losers get 1. They move to the 2nd floor. Everyone rolls again and enters new rooms. The bully and his friend end up in the same room. They find a rotating wheel and a basketball. They start competing. They end up tied. The bully betrays his friend by pushing him so he drops the ball. Time runs out, and the bully wins. His friend is furious and fights him when they exit. Sam interferes to calm them down. Suddenly, the electricity goes out. The floor begins collapsing beneath them. They panic and run to the 3rd floor. They realize they must reach the final floor quickly before the building collapses. Everyone enters their assigned rooms. Sam and Minso end up together. He asks her what happened to her friends who played the game before them. She asks how he knew. He tells her it's obvious she's played these games before. She refuses to answer. When they turn on the screen, a snake-shaped symbol appears. Suddenly, a hole opens in the floor. They fall through it and drop to the 2nd level. Sam is shocked by what just happened, and when he opens the door, he finds the entire hallway destroyed. He's stunned, and he realizes that the 2 of them are trapped in the room. Minso breaks down, terrified of being stuck inside the game. She can't breathe, keeps crying, but Sam calms her down and reassures her that they'll definitely find a way out. They decide to try the room's challenge, which consists of chairs stacked on top of one another. Each of them has to pull out a chair without knocking down the rest. They start playing, and Sam manages to win the challenge. He gets 2 coins and goes to exchange them. Min-soo is still tense and on edge. Moments later, Sam wins a card with a ladder drawn on it. He's thrilled and decides to use it to escape the room. He refuses to leave Min-soo behind, takes her with him, lets her climb first, and then follows. They return to their friends on the 3rd level and explain what happened. They warn everyone that the game is dangerous and that losing could mean staying trapped inside. They all agree to cooperate to escape. They begin to understand that the game is like snakes and ladders, and they must reach the numbered floors to win the challenges. Pairs start helping one another and using ladders to reach the next level faster. Sam and Jenny enter the same room, and suddenly Min-soo falls onto them from above. They're confused and ask what happened. She explains she was in a room with the bully, but his girlfriend got jealous and pushed her off. Sam allows her to stay with them, and they attempt the room's challenge, which requires them to stack rings on top of one another. It's difficult, but the 3 of them manage to finish in time by helping each other. They earn more coins and buy ladders to climb to the upper levels. Then they split up again, each entering a different room. Sam is surprised to find a snake symbol in his room, which drops him to the floor below. There, he finds the bully waiting for him. The bully laughs and says he's sorry but has to do this to win. He uses an ejection card and pushes Sam, making him fall another level down where he meets Jenny, who fell for the same trick. They team up to find a way to escape and run into Die. They ask for his help. Though annoyed with Jenny, he still agrees because he still cares about her. He uses his coins to buy a snake symbol card to slow down the bully. Jenny is impressed and thanks him. Unfortunately, the bully had already anticipated this and set a trap. As soon as Dahi enters the room, he triggers it, drops another level down, and becomes trapped because the hallway collapses. Jenny is shocked but refuses to abandon him. She decides to use her ladder card to save him. She pulls him up, and he's deeply moved that she risked herself for him. From then on, he forgives her. Sam uses his remaining coins to buy a ladder card and bring everyone back up to his level. They decide to work together to defeat the bully, but by then, the bully has reached the final level and taken the key, believing he's won. Sam arrives just in time, and the 2 race to reach the final room. They enter at the same moment, but Sam touches the door first and wins the challenge, earning a golden coin as a reward. The rest of the students finish the game as well, but one of them doesn't make it inside before the door closes and ends up trapped in the game. Everyone panics, calling out for him, but he doesn't respond. They realize the game doesn't want anyone else to play. They try to catch it, but it escapes. When they return to school, the principal is waiting, asking about the missing student. They explain he's trapped in the game, but the principal doesn't believe them and thinks they're lying. The missing student's mother arrives and overhears them talking about the game. She isn't surprised. It's clear she already knows about it. She asks them where the game's dice stone is so she can save her son. They're shocked because it means she must have been a student at this school long ago. They refuse to tell her that Min-soo took it. The mother is stunned to hear Min-soo's name and says she was her best friend in school and wonders how she's still around. It turns out the boy's mother is the author of the book. We see a flashback from 20 years ago. She and Min-soo were close friends in school. One day, they went with a classmate to the abandoned storage room and found the dice stone. Out of curiosity, they tried it and threw it on the floor. A beam of light appeared and transported them into the game. They were forced to play but couldn't win the challenge. A monster appeared and chased them to trap them inside. Min-soo sacrificed herself to distract the monster so her friend could escape. The author didn't want to leave her, but Min-soo insisted. Min-soo stayed behind, hoping her friend would return to save her. But no one came. She remained trapped alone in the game for over 20 years until Sam and the others found her by chance. She joined them in the challenge and managed to escape. When she returned home, she was shocked to discover that 20 years had passed, her father had died, and she hadn't aged because time inside the game stands still. She broke down, heartbroken that her best friend had abandoned her. Wanting revenge, she trapped her friend's son in the game to make her suffer. Back in the present, Sam and the author go talk to Min-soo and ask for the dice stone so they can save the boy. Min-soo refuses and blames her friend for living a full life, marrying, having children, while she was imprisoned. The author defends herself, saying she never forgot Min-soo. She shows her leg, revealing it's prosthetic. She had an accident, and afterward she tried to re-enter the game to save Min-soo, but none of their old classmates would join her out of fear. They all left the school and disappeared. She apologizes, begging Minsu to forgive her and give her the dice so she can save her son. Minsu is moved by her words and feels pity for her. She agrees and hands over the dice, crying as she lets her go. The next day, Sam tells his classmates everything and asks them to help save their friend. They're scared, it's dangerous, but they refuse to abandon him and decide to risk their lives. They still need one more person, so Sam goes to Minsu and asks her to join them. He explains that his friend is innocent in all this and that the mother regrets everything. He leaves, and Minsu goes to her room, remembering her memories with her old friend, who once wrote her a letter saying she loved her and hoped she would win the game to fulfill her wish. Minsu is touched and realizes she was wrong. At night, Sam and his friends gather in the storage room. The author joins them despite struggling to walk. Sam prepares to throw the dice, but suddenly Minsu arrives and says she'll join them. She tells her friend to wait outside and promises to save her son. The author is relieved and thanks her. They throw the dice, and all of them enter the game. 8 doors appear before them, and each person enters a room where they find strange-looking clothes and decide to put them on. When they step outside, they're shocked to find themselves in an amusement park. They stop in front of the screen, which tells them that this challenge is rated 4 stars, meaning it's harder and far more dangerous. They hear the game's voice explaining the rules. They are now prisoners in the amusement park and must find keys to escape through the doors before time runs out. If they fail, they lose. They're warned that guards will be chasing them, and if the guards catch them, they'll be locked up and will never be able to escape the game. They see their friend imprisoned and realize they must win the challenge to save him. The countdown begins. The students split up to search for keys. Sam manages to find a box, opens it successfully, and hands the key to Jenny for safekeeping. Minsu warns him not to trust anyone, but Sam says Jenny would never betray him and asks Jenny to trust him as well so they can win together. They continue searching for keys. Every box contains a puzzle they must solve to open it. Dahi uses his intelligence, solves his puzzle perfectly, and grabs a key. Everything seems to be going well until strange animal-like dolls suddenly appear and start approaching them. They realize these are the game's guards. Panicking, they all start running. The guards chase after Jenny and Dahi. Minsu tries to save them, but she's captured instead. Sam refuses to abandon her and secretly follows the guards to see where they're taking her. They lock her and their imprisoned friend inside a dark room and fill it with a hallucinogenic gas that makes them see terrifying illusions. Minsu relives the day her friends abandoned her in the game 20 years ago. She cries for help, but the hallucinations show them laughing at her, calling her stupid and walking away. She tries to reach them but can't. She loses all hope, breaks down, and sobs. Suddenly, Sam appears in front of her, telling her it's all an illusion created by the game. He asks her to come with him and helps her out. As they try to escape, one of the guards attacks them. Sam shields her with his body, pushes her out of the room, and takes the hit instead. He falls unconscious and becomes trapped inside. Minsu is overwhelmed by what he did for her and decides she must save him no matter what. She teams up with the others to form a rescue plan. They split into 2 groups, one to distract the guards, the other to break into the room and free Sam. The plan succeeds. They rescue Sam and the other student. But they're horrified to discover that Sam isn't waking up. They realize his soul is trapped inside the game because they took too long. The body in front of them is empty. Sam tells them the only way to save him is to win the game and collect 4 golden medals. With 4 medals, they can make a wish to bring back his soul. His friends agree and promise to work together. They search for the remaining keys until they collect them all. They head to the exit doors but discover there are only 6 doors for the 7 of them. That means one person must stay behind, trapped. Sam suggests he should be the one to leave so he can win the medal and use the wish to free them all. But the bully refuses, saying he doesn't trust Sam and fears Sam might make some selfish wish. Everyone starts doubting one another. No one wants to be left behind. Minsu steps in and reminds them that Sam risked his life to save her, so she trusts him completely and asks everyone else to trust him too. They eventually agree. Suddenly, the guards discover their location. Time is almost up. Their friends try to hold them off while Sam races through the door. He succeeds, wins the challenge, and receives the final golden medal. Now he has 4. The bully is on edge, terrified Sam will betray them. But Sam keeps his promise and wishes for all the souls trapped in the game to be freed and for all his friends to return safely to reality. The wish comes true. A bright beam of light appears and transports them back to the school. The mother is overjoyed when she sees her son again. She hugs him tightly and thanks the students for everything they did. Sam notices the dice stone has cracked, meaning the game has ended since it grants only one wish. He's relieved no one will risk their life again. Everyone returns to their normal lives. Time passes, things improve, and Sam becomes well-liked at school. He thinks everything is finally over. Then he meets Minsu and asks her what she'll do with her life now. Suddenly, she gives him an eerie, sinister smile and tells him she's not Minsu. Sam is stunned. He realizes that many souls were trapped in the game, and when he made his wish, they were all released. But one of those souls took over Minsu's body. That means Minsu's real soul is still trapped inside. Sam sees the broken dice stone on the ground and understands the story isn't over. He decides he must return to the game to save her. But that's something we'll only find out in Season 2. So now all you have to do is turn on notifications and drop a like to let us know you enjoyed the video.